wanna kick it down tonight. Don't wanna start a fight. Smash it up, now we're kicking it down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, with their third full-length album on Decadence / Fueled by Ramen, and it's called Hot Mess. Now, for those of you out there that don't know, before Gabe Saporta formed this band, he was in an amazing band called Midtown, which if you haven't heard them up to this point, right after this review, go on iTunes or check MySpace. I think they still might have a MySpace, but look for their songs. Midtown was amazing. They're a great pop punk rock band, awesome. But they disbanded and they formed, and then the lead singer Gabe formed Cobra Starship, and it's more of a fun, zany, dancey pop rock group. Nothing too serious like Midtown. The thing is with Cobra Starship, yes, they are a fun band, but with their past two full lengths, it seemed like the initial first couple listings were great, but then by like the third, fourth, fifth time and so forth, it just seemed like I just couldn't listen to it. It almost seemed like a hassle. I stopped feeling it. I just couldn't enjoy it anymore. It's just something about it. I just couldn't listen to it anymore. I just never wanted to. And this song just never stuck with me after about 2-3 listens. But that's the one downfall with Cobra Starship with me. And will this third album be the same? I don't know. It's still too early. But for the most part, this album is actually not that bad. It's actually pretty decent. The initial first listening, I didn't like it at all. I was like, oh my god, this could be the worst album I've ever heard by them. Not the worst album ever, but it could have been one of the worst I've heard by them. But after about the second listen through and going through maybe the third time, it definitely got better. But this album definitely has some of the best songs I've probably heard from Cobra Starship. But then it's also on the other end got some probably the worst songs I've heard by them. And again, this is all my opinion, and if you may disagree, and that's all good. But some of the best songs, definitely, and I'm gonna have to say this is probably the best song I've ever heard by Cobra Starship, and it's called Pete Wentz is the Only Reason Why We're Famous. And this song, if they wrote more songs like this song, I would love Cobra Starship, because this song is just like a fast, really energetic, really catchy, up-tempo song that, you know, it just has a chorus that like you just chant and sing because it's so fun, and it's such a, and I imagine it would sound so great live too. It's just the epitome of the perfect Cobra Starship song, and unfortunately, it's the only one that sounds like it on this album, and it's the second track off the album. But I really, really love this song, and if there's a one standout on this album, it's that one, and you should definitely go on their MySpace because I'm pretty sure it's on there. Really, really, really great song. And some of the other ones I liked were Hot Mess. It was just one of those choruses that when it's done, you'll still be singing it, and when you're on the next track, you still have it in your head because it was such a good chorus. But it's a good one, and it's obviously the title track off of the album. And I really actually enjoyed the following song too, which is Living in the Sky with Diamonds. That one's more, it's a lot more popular than the other one, but it's just a really great head bobber, really melodic song. It's just really, really good stuff. And the verses on the verse is pretty good on that one too. I really like the verse. Definitely check those out. I mean, there's other good ones too, but those are definitely probably some of the best ones on there. And some of the worst ones, or some of the ones I really didn't like as much, were Nice Guys Finish Last. I just hate that song. And the worst part is it's the first song on the album. So like when you pop this on, you may be like, oh man, this kind of sucks. But you know, just kind of look past that song. It's just I hate the pre-chorus with the girls. Just a goody two. It just didn't like it. I didn't like The Scene Is Dead, Long Live the Scene. It was just boring, and it was just, I don't know, it's just, I couldn't get into it. And Wet Hot American Summer, that one could be a grower, but for now it's just kind of a skipper, kind of a filler for me for now. And I have to mention their first single, Good Girls Gone Bad, and I actually really like this song. Leighton Meester from Gossip Girl sings the second verse, and I definitely don't have a problem with it because I actually do like the way her voice sounds, and especially on this song. It's a bit different. It's more of a pops sounding voice, but it's a little different for pop. But I thought she sounded great on it. I think the chorus is great. The verses are catchy as hell. The only thing I don't like is that little dance breakdown thing, the little drum beat dance breakdown thing. I didn't really care for that, but I actually really like that song, and for the most part this is a pretty decent album. I think the more I listen to it, it may become my favorite out of the three overall. I mean, the other ones definitely had better songs altogether, but this one as a whole, it could be my favorite, and this may be the album to break that streak of me getting tired of it by like the third, fourth listen. So you never know. But I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It's definitely not bad, but it's not great either. But it's a grower. I have a feeling it's gonna be a grower. So check it out.
Now she's blowing up. The last thing on her mind is growing